WTFisodes, WTFisodes. You are tuning in to What the Episodes.
Hey.
Hell yes.
RJ here.
Chris O.
This is the second episode of WTFisodes. Welcome.
In brightest day, in blackest night,
Oh, no.
no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Oh, that was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
What was that from?
A little comic book series called Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I may have a soft spot or two for this
Okay.
topic.
Yeah, I love me some Green Lantern.
A TV show coming out soon. Well, hopefully coming out soon. They've been talking about doing this for 5-6 years.
Has it?
Forever.
Like
I think that's why he wasn't in the Justice League. Because they had this TV deal forever ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why was he not in the movie?
That was weird because it kind of was like this green tint, right?
Yeah.
In the little extended cutscene
Well,
with Zack Snyder.
Yeah, because they filmed it. What I've read about the Snyder cut of Justice League was that they filmed that final scene. No, it's not the final scene because I guess that's nightmare stuff. But
Yeah.
the scene where Bruce Wayne comes out and talks to Martian Manhunter, and the dialogue in that scene is purposefully just the most generic dog shit dialogue. Just, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Like,
How you doing?
Think about what Bruce Wayne is saying. He's just, oh, okay. Like, that's it. Oh, so I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah.
He could be talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could have been Hawk Girl.
Yeah. Anybody. But I guess the plan was it was supposed to be Green Lantern, but Zack Snyder knew there would be trouble with that.
Yeah.
So he made it so it was very generic on Batman's side.
Uh-huh.
And you could do whatever you want on the other side.
Yeah.
So Martian Manhunter just couldn't shut up in that scene. But apparently it's supposed to be initially Green Lantern that couldn't shut up in that scene.
Yeah.
Coming down, it was John Stewart.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be John.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of the guys. This big black guy, I can't remember his name. I probably should have come prepared with his name because I knew we were going to talk about this, and I did not. No, I've never heard this dude.
Okay.
But he's just this big buff dude in a motion cap suit, and lots of green light shined on him, and that's it.
Wow.
And they filmed it like that, but they told him no. They just straight up no. They let him do anything else he wanted with his Snyder cut.
Yeah.
He basically had no rules.
Was this
4 hours long? But that they said no.
Was this HBO or was this Warner Bros?
They're the same company.
Oh,
same company.
I'm so stupid.
It's Warner Media. Warner Media.
I knew that prior to going into Justice League, there were talks of Green Lantern supposedly supposed to be in.
Right.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in it.
Yeah, people have been talking about it forever, and I guess that's legit.
Yeah. And
there was a lantern in the movie, but come on, we want a human lantern. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There was
in
that
giant
one
war
back in the day, yeah.
Ugh. So lame.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't. There should have been more Green Lanterns there during that fight because Apocalypse.
Yeah, why would the
Dark
Guardians
Side.
not send? What is happening?
Yeah, it's so
odd.
weird, really weird. But yeah, let's talk about the series that's coming out on HBO. I mean, they haven't really released a lot, but let's speculate. You know,
I hope that the old rumors are true and that it's called Green Lantern Corps, and that we're going to get a bunch of lanterns that nobody knows. I mean, they had a few in the Ryan Reynolds movie.
They had a Kilowog.
Yeah. Check.
Check.
Tomar.
Sinestro.
Yep. Tomar Ray.
Tomar Ray.
I think that's about it.
Abin Sur.
I mean, Abin Sur. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have Abin Sur die.
Yeah.
give the ring. 100%. That's Hal Jordan's ring is Abinsur's ring. Yeah. It actually causes him to have a rivalry with Abinsur's son later on. Oh, what? Because he felt like that ring should have gone to him. Abinsur's son
does he not?
A Red Lantern.
Oh,
so well, he was. I think he was a Green Lantern first, but he's mostly a Red Lantern.
That's so weird to me because it's like, the ring chooses. He should know that if his dad was a Green Lantern, it's like you are chosen to be a Green Lantern.
There's whoever the ring chooses. Yeah. It's the most. It's the person who can overcome great fear most in the area. I guess.
It's closest. It's will, right? Is that the power of will?
Well, I've heard it. It's both ways. Like sometimes the writers will be like, it's the person who has the most will, but then it's like, what does that mean? You know, so it's
the
like
most determination.
But then when it chooses you, it says you have the ability to overcome great fear. Welcome to the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is that? I think that they told the Lanterns that it's it's person with most willpower, but the real thing is that it's to overcome fear because they were secretly hiding Parallax, the fear of the universe creature. Yeah. It is a creature, by the way. Even though if you've seen the movie, it was like a cloud of diarrhea.
Just, with a face. Fecal cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like an insect-like creature that's older than time itself.
I don't know. That movie, and I rewatched it last night. There's too much to unpack on that. And I think we should talk a little bit about it, but I feel like we're going to have to do a deep dive, how to make it better.
Oh my God.
What they should have done, or at least just,
they could have read like a comic. No. Actually, it looks like someone read a comic and wrote a script and then they were like, nah, let's do, you know what I mean? Because even the director, everything else he does, especially when he does like a first movie for a franchise, kicks ass. The first Pierce Brosnan Bond movie, that kicks ass. Yeah, it's good. And then they suck after. And then the first Daniel Craig Bond movie kicks ass. That's him too. Like, what's happening? Martin Campbell.
Yeah, I almost feel like, and I feel like especially with big companies like Warner Bros. Or Sony, they just don't know how to do it right. With
the problem with Warner Brothers is that whoever is in charge of making these superhero movies sucks with superhero movies. They'll have these other big hits and their superhero movies come out and they are balls every time almost, unless it's Batman. Yeah. And that's just because everyone knows how to make a good Batman movie. Yeah. It just has to kick ass. You know what I mean? And be a little sad. Yeah. And just take it serious. Yeah. Why not take those concepts and put them to any other character? Just make it kick ass and take it seriously. Yeah. But they can't do it. And the problem is that Warner Brothers owns DC Comics. Yeah. Warner Brothers is everything. Like Disney is most things, and then the rest is Warner Media. Yeah. It's just insane. Yeah. So
it just really bums me out because Iron Man came out in 2008.
Oh my God.
And I just think that
by the way, I have to say I remember not giving a fuck. Dude, that there was an Iron Man movie coming out.
That bums me out so bad because when what's funny, because when I was a kid, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would collect.
Oh my God, these fucking turtles are gonna they make an appearance in every podcast.
They were a huge part of my childhood. All right,
too. Me too.
So I used to collect these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was so weird because they're like these mech suits toys for the Ninja Turtles. Yeah. So they would fight in giant little Ninja Turtle mech suits.
Oh my God.
And it was so cool. I had all of them.
Dude, they always do that with toys. Some bullshit like here's Batman in his mech like Arctic armor. What?
Yeah. But also so with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, I would also collect Iron Man toys, and because he had so many different armors, and you could take them out and interchange them.
Right. And in the 90s, they finally were like, oh, let's make Iron Man look cool.
Yeah.
Not have him plug his suit in to a wall.
Did he do that?
I promise.
Oh my god.
His arc reactor was like an iron lung that was covered his entire torso.
No.
And so he'd just be in his boxers, and then like the torso, like from like waist to neck of his armor, and you just plug it into the outlet in the wall. I'm like, it's like, okay.
So
anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so with the Iron Man movie, dude, I was literally like, when they announced that, I was like, yes, like I was so excited. I went to the
How dare you be
premiere.
excited for that?
I went to the I think I camped out 2 days.
Holy
two
shit.
2 days in front of the movie theater just to watch the premiere.
Wow.
And like, we were first in line, dude. Like I was down with that. I was down with Iron Man. And I was not going to miss it.
The theater by me was assigned seating. So, I mean, I got the tickets, but I was just there because I liked Robert Downey. I'm a huge comic book guy, but Iron Man was not on my radar. I did not care about Marvel or Iron Man, especially. If it was Marvel, it was Spider-Man. It was X-Men. You know what I mean? Iron Man? Like, who cares?
Come, dude.
What
all
a
right.
C-lit. No, I promise you, though. It's hard to think about now. But he was this C. I wouldn't say D, because he was always one of the leaders of the Avengers, whatever. But the Avengers were all just their bull crap. I don't want to swear too much. I feel like I've been swearing a lot. But I feel like they're just B-list, D-list characters that they couldn't sell.
You're hurting my feelings.
I know.
You know what? And it really bums me out.
I'm talking about before 2008.
Okay.
Before the MCU,
that's
these were
saying.
nothing characters that I'm like Captain America. Give me a break. He was awful, and most of the books sucked too. But I mean, there were good ones.
Yeah.
The Ultimate line had a great Captain America, which is mostly what the MCU version is, by the way. Mm-hmm. But like, dude, when the Iron Man movie was coming out, I was just like, ugh. Who cares? But I see every superhero movie, so whatever. Then I heard RDJ was in the lead, and I'm like, oh, I love that guy, you know? And I had just watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and he's so, oh my God, that movie's so funny. He is so good in that movie,
I've never
dude.
seen it.
Oh my God, it's him and Val Kilmer, and it's just so good.
I'll have to check it out. I feel like this topic is a versus. I feel like we need to battle it out about Iron Man, because you're not giving him the credit he deserves.
I don't think this is worthy of our first verses, all right? Because
you don't think it is. That's another versus on a versus, all right?
No, because I'm talking about me in 2008. Me now? I love Iron Man.
Well, everyone
I
does.
love Iron Man.
Endgame literally sealed Iron Man as the greatest Avenger.
I cried.
So,
that movie made me cry,
That's
not just
so
with
crazy.
his death, spoiler, but with,
if you haven't seen it yet, I can't. I want to curse, but I can't.
I think I've used our quota. No, but yeah, dude, that is the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
we don't want to curse, but get fucked.
Yeah. So like, see, that's what also made me a little, like a little salty is the fact that like I was one of those like OG Iron Man loving fans.
That's how I feel about things too. That's how I feel about most DC things.
Yeah, and so when Iron Man became successful, and then Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Avengers.
Don't you dare say Iron Man 3.
Hey, you don't like number 3?
I'm saying it's not that successful. I'm saying it's not that successful compared to the others because a lot of people hate it because of the Mandarin twist mostly.
Yeah, oh yeah. So okay,
which is being fixed because of Shang-Chi, by the way. So calm down, nerds.
So this is what I'm talking about. All right, okay. I feel like we could go super deep into Iron Man, and we're gonna do a whole episode just on Iron Man because I feel like he needs to. There's some things that need to be known about why he was still really cool.
Okay, do you know what?
Before he became this pop icon.
Yeah, that's fine. but then you can only use evidence of why he was cool that is pre-2008.
Yeah.
You can't use any
I'm not,
RDJ.
I would not. I would
Okay.
not use. And this
Okay.
is somebody that watched the animated series.
Oh my God. What a dog shit
Fing
series that was.
Fang Foom.
Dude. Those racist ass Asian characters. You know that Shang-Chi, how he's the son of the Mandarin now? Back in the day, his father was a famous comic book character that predated Shang-Chi and predated a lot of the characters that we would know. Because, I mean, who knows Shang-Chi either? But I'm just saying, Shang-Chi is the son of the Mandarin. We'll get that movie this year, whatever.
I think later this year.
Okay, but his original father was Fu Manchu.
Yes.
So,
Dude, that's
and then
that's the
as time went on,
that's
they
the
were like,
Mandarin's real name.
and they were
Fu
like,
Manchu.
for a long time, they're like, wait, that's super racist. Maybe he's the son of the Mandarin now, which is still a little racist, but
Yeah.
it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think people are fine with it for the most part. But
Dude,
I mean, it's less racist.
It's really
than
funny
Fing
because
Fang Foom,
yeah.
the dragon, or
they're
That's
they're
the dragon.
aliens.
yeah, but that the alien dragons.
Yeah.
but that's the dragon that.
But I mean-
for Iron Fist, right? That he plunged his heart. No, it's not.
No.
Son of a
I don't know.
bitch, how
I
dare
just know
even say
that was the silliest like Iron
But they're
Man
the
villain
same
type
dragons, I
situation.
think, because there's a.
I mean,
They tie
are
into
they?
all
Do
the-
they
all the
call
kung fu
themselves
characters.
dragons? Do they call themselves dragons,
No,
or
I
we're calling them? That's like calling
think-
Native Americans Indians.
Well, I think
you know what I mean.
No, it's not. Because I think
Yeah,
that
it
was
is,
the
dude.
term that humans had for them.
Okay.
I don't think they call themselves that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how annoying would that to be like misraced? I guess like you're like an alien. Yo, you're calling me a dragon. What is that? I don't know what that is. It sounds racist.
Yeah. they're like, oh, look, another dragon. No, they say it under their breath. They say it under their breath. They'd be like, oh, look, there's another dragon.
We know what you dragons do. You come in here, mess up our towns.
Try to date our pretty girls. Yeah. It's just the South.
You think you're so good with your flying wings and your green skin. Ugh.
and your rings, your 10 rings.
Did they make the 10 rings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were like,
And I think
alien.
that in the new movie for Shang-Chi that it's going to make more sense. Because, like, why were the rings that were from the dragons, why did they fit on the Mandarin's fingers, dude? Like,
That's
what's
true.
up with that? And now it looks like in that trailer for Shang-Chi,
Oh,
he's
he's
wearing
got,
them
like,
on his
the
arms.
arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're huge. Because then if you had him on the hand, it would just look like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. And that's what
they
I thought.
just did that. So it's like, so put him on his arms to make them huge. They were on a dragon. Kind of awesome and smart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I thought that
Nice
was
and
really
different.
interesting because I remember when they decided to do the Infinity Gauntlet, I was like, the Mandarin, like, it literally looks the same.
Yeah,
The
it
same
is.
colors, the same rings, jewels, whatever.
And he has more. So
They
like,
all have the same powers.
You know, it overlaps.
Different
yeah.
powers, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to be creative in the comic book spectrum. you
But
know?
I think the difference would be that the rings of the Mandarin are magic based. And so you're dealing with the Kung Fu characters mostly, like Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
Iron Fist, things like that.
Yeah.
But the Infinity Gauntlet is cosmic.
Yeah.
So it's much more dangerous.
Yeah, and they'll talk about that in the
Doctor
Eternals, right?
Strange could just show up because he's another kind of kung fu character. He deals with all of that.
Yeah.
He's part of that world. So Doctor Strange shows up and just shuts down the 10 rings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on the cosmic scale with the Infinity Gauntlet,
Yeah.
they need everybody.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is different, but then you have to be like, actually, you know, like, so.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
to the general moviegoer, yeah, they would see a trailer and he'd be holding his fist up with rings on that have the colors, and they'd be like, "This again?" And then their movies start to tank. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they put him on his arm, and I doubt that that's going to be the next big thing is the 10 rings. I bet it's just for the Shang-Chi.
No way.
It's going to be just Shang-Chi movies
and
probably the Iron Fist redo, because I heard they're not using the Netflix shows.
Good.
Those are not canon. Well, good for that, but not for Daredevil. Dude, Daredevil's dope.
Well, Punisher, I thought he's showing up in the new movie.
I've heard that
the new Spider-Man.
I've heard that they might use the same actors for Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Punisher, but that their shows are not technically canon anymore.
That sucks.
It sucks, but at least we're getting those actors. And I think it's going to be I hope, if they're smart, it'll be in a way that their shows can be canon if you want in your head, but they're not. They're not tied down to them anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll have new looks.
Yeah. Who's the actor for Daredevil?
Charlie Cox.
Yeah, dude, Charlie Cox is so good.
Yeah, he really is.
That first, the first season, and I think the second season, super awesome.
I think the third season is just as good as the first season. It's basically that should have been the second season. It's him versus the Kingpin again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's smarter to space it out. Whatever.
I mean,
and it was cooler to not see him in the black suit.
Yeah.
For a long time, and then he puts it back on. Yeah. So it's like,
breaks into the prison, right?
I don't know what he does. I don't remember. I remember some of it.
Yeah.
But dude, that first season is great.
So good.
People, are down on the second season, but I'm like, what do you want, dude? This is the storyline.
Yeah.
They're doing, it's him versus the Hand, the ninjas, and it's Elektra.
Yeah.
And then before that, it was the Punisher.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, these are some of the greatest things in comics. But people just, I guess, weren't into it. I thought it was great, but whatever.
No, it was awesome.
And then the third season kind of went back to basics, which I think people enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got canceled for no reason other than their contract ended.
I think they were just like trying to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
With everything.
Well, because
I don't
Netflix
think
owned the shows,
Yeah.
and so they couldn't just then say, here's the Daredevil, like, from those shows in our movies.
Yeah.
Because then it would ruin a contract or breach a contract with Netflix.
Yeah.
So now I think it has to be, no, this is a different Daredevil, same actor, wink. But, those shows are not canon, wink,
Yeah.
But hopefully they are.
Yeah. Did you watch
now they can do whatever they want, because Punisher, they need to keep the first season as canon and just ignore the second.
Yeah.
What was that about? Jigsaw? Jigsaw is supposed to... He's called Jigsaw because his face, it looks like a jigsaw puzzle because it's so scarred. And then at the end of the first season, he jams his face into the glass of a mirror and he scrapes it across it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But second season, he has like 4 little cuts on his face that it looks fine. He's still handsome. So stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But with the HBO series coming out, they announced Guy Gardner.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be a theme, with our show. But back to Green Lantern.
We kind of tangented into Iron Man and a little bit of racism in comics.
Yeah.
And then now we're back at Guy Gardner.
Yeah, and it really is a little bit of racism in comics because there is so much.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's a different time.
It was a different time.
A different time
where racist white men wrote comics for children. Great.
Oh man. Hey,
anyway,
we're in a better place now, I'd say.
Yeah. Now we have racist white men writing comics, but not putting it in the comics. So that's good. That's good stuff.
Hey, as much as we can, kind of even out the scales, we'll do it.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't think everyone's racist in comics. Just some.
Yeah, just some.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually corporate heads, I'm sure.
And some artists that I'm not going to say.
Okay.
That are kind of maybe related to this topic of Green Lantern. Anyway,
okay.
Let's go. I don't want to get in trouble.
What's his name?
Oh, Guy Gardner.
Yeah,
the new Guy Gardner. His name's like Finn
Wittrock.
Yeah. Wittrock.
This guy.
I can't believe that he's Guy Gardner, he looks like Kyle Rayner. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Or it looks like he should be playing. Whatever.
Yeah, I saw a
This is
picture
a weird
of him
choice.
next to Nightwing, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
be a
he's got
Nightwing.
that like.
It's got that face.
Yeah. Just
The hair.
any of those like 90s comic book, like, you know, lithe. Like kind of like they're buff, but they're lean, sexy guys with dark hair. Sexy white guys with dark hair. That's what every comic book character was for a while.
But Guy Gardner's a redhead.
Yeah, and I bet you they
So-
dye his hair red.
Oh, no.
And I bet he'll look better with a crew cut.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Or a bowl cut. Crew cut. Bowl cut is what Guy Gardner's most famous for.
Ew.
He has more of a crew cut in the modern comics.
Please don't give him a
But
bowl
the
cut.
bowl cut is what he's famous for,
Don't
my
do
friend.
it. Don't do it.
And getting knocked out by Batman with one punch. That's what Guy Gardner's famous for. He hit him one punch, knocked out a Green Lantern.
He's
That's how
definitely-
bad he is at being
So,
a Lantern. So, yay, the new series is going to be about Guy Gardner, the
I
guy
doubt
that
it.
the
I
Green
doubt
Lantern
it.
that you can punch and knock out,
I'm pretty sure that this
and
is
who
just
is
a
also a
front.
prick.
Yeah, this is a front for a bigger dude. If it's about Guy, I'm gonna be so bummed out.
But what if it? Okay, listen. Even though I just talked all that shit, what if it's Guy Gardner, who is the loose cannon of the Green Lantern Corps,
Of course, as
teamed
he
up
is.
with the most stoic of the Human Lanterns, which is Jon Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Fan favorite
From The
Jon
Daily Show.
Stewart. Yeah. This is Jon Stewart. Anyway, this is giant black military man,
Yeah,
Green Lantern. But if they're teamed up, that's classic buddy cop.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's Lethal Weapon.
Loose can. Yeah.
Literally Lethal Weapon all over
Guy
again.
Gardner.
But with power rings.
Dude, it is. Guy Gardner
Yeah,
is. Oh my
yeah.
God.
Mel Gibson.
He's Riggs.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Jon Stewart is Murtaugh.
And 100% they're just taking Lethal Weapon and making him super powered.
Oh my God. I'm into it then.
And they fly through space in a cop car
Yes.
because that just makes more sense. All right.
They just make a construct of a cop car sitting side by side. And Jon Stewart's just, I'm too old for this shit.
And Guy Gardner's he's playing some radio music. I don't know.
He's playing like he's dislocating his arm and showing off that he can pop it in and out. He's just Riggs. He's playing Russian roulette with a construct gun.
Yeah.
Just like an idiot. But yeah, man, do you know what? If that's what it is, then that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
down with
No,
that.
it'd be fun. It would be great.
Buddy
but
cop in space, and then I mean, I feel like this show, the Green Lantern show, is not using Hal Jordan. Only Hal Jordan people being the Green Lantern in the comics.
Yeah.
He's just Green Lantern, okay? But there are several, but the main Green Lantern is Hal Jordan. But I feel like they're not using him just because of the Ryan Reynolds movie,
yeah.
which is a shame because Hal Jordan is a very
he's so great.
I love him. Very interesting
so
character. He's the most powerful of the Green Lanterns.
Is it because he's white?
Yeah.
100%.
Because he's good looking and white.
Also, he's an ace pilot.
That's
Don't
right.
forget that.
The test pilot, my friend.
Oh, he's just a test pilot. You're right.
No, not just. That's better. Like, he was in the Air Force. And then now that he's out, he's testing the new technology.
Yeah.
They trust him that much.
That's true.
So, I mean, that's what his father did too, which is weird. But
Yeah.
because, I mean, I feel like it would be a really hard job to get.
Yeah.
But if you're that good and you train that hard, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it is believable. I don't know. I've never flown a jet.
So who do you think they would cast as Jon Stewart if they were to do that?
Oh my God. Well, based on this Guy Gardner, might be a guy in his late 20s, but it should be someone.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my God. I didn't say someone as healthy as someone in their late 20s.
Oh, yeah,
I said
yeah.
someone in their late 20s.
Oh, dude. But he's going to be Black Adam. So.
Yeah, but he would be pretty good as Jon
Oh, he
Stewart.
would be amazing.
You know what?
There's
I have pulled up this list of Negro actors. And
Okay.
I honestly don't know. I'm seeing some faces that I'm like,
dude.
oh, that makes sense. But some of them we also have to think about who would actually do this HBO series. You know, like it wouldn't be an A-list actor, right?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know, because TV's such a big deal now, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. And superheroes are such a big deal too. So maybe, do you know what? Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier.
Poitier. He's
Poitier.
like a million years old. It's only
man.
funny if you know who he is.
Oh man.
He might be 90. He was
Wait. I have to look him up because I have
was like
no idea what you're talking about.
He was like
wait.
first black A-list actor, except for like.
Was he in Blazing Saddles?
No.
Wait, who was in Blazing Saddles?
Sidney Poitier is much older than that. He's the guy like.
Okay.
I think he was in like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Like he's in like black and white movies.
Who was in Blazing Saddles?
Dude, I don't remember. I don't.
Did you watch that movie?
Yeah, I was like forever. I wasn't a big fan.
Oh.
Which is weird because I like Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hold on.
I love Spaceballs, dude.
All right. Check this out.
Uh-oh.
All right. So this guy has always kind of been like a B-list, C-list actor,
Okay.
but he could totally do it.
Oh my God.
All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can handle it.
Michael, not B. Jordan. Michael J. White. Do you know who that is?
Spawn.
Yeah, dude, look at that. Oh my God. Dude, he's
Spawn.
perfect. He's perfect. Look at that body.
Let me think about him yep, he's perfect.
He's perfect.
Yeah. Shit. I thought we were gonna go and like look through this list and then we'd find the perfect actor at the end. And he kind of is. He's not very good of an actor, but he's never
really
been
good
better.
fighter, though.
But he's
got some really good extensive
when is the
background.
Green Lantern gonna be like, oh, let me land and do some fucking spin kicks?
Why not?
Okay, yeah. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
right. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Hey,
I'm the idiot.
If
I'm just
the
mad
power
that you ruined this little segment.
No.
finding the perfect
I'm
actor.
sorry. It just showed up. I mean, we can still riff.
No. Because none of these are going to be as good.
There's still a few. There's still a few we could talk
Cuba
about.
Gooding Jr.
From Boat Trip.
Yes. Yes.
Boat. When he pretends to be a gay man.
Not the Academy Award winning actor,
Not
Cuba Gooding Jr. The guy from Boat Trip. That's how he'll be remembered. From Snow Dogs.
No. From Radio.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Cuba
Not
Gooding
the Academy
Jr.
Award
from
winning
Radio.
actor from Boys in the Hood. It's and Jerry Maguire, which I think is what he won his Academy Award for.
You did.
No. It's the guy from like Sled Dogs or whatever the hell that was. What was that?
I think it was Sled Dogs.
Sled Dogs?
Yeah.
Snow Dogs?
Wait. Maybe it was Snow Dogs. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Oh, dude. Denzel Washington.
You know what's funny is Denzel is the perfect choice, but when is he not the perfect choice for when you're like a black character who's good at his job, who's awesome? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's always the perfect choice, but it's never, ever, ever, ever going to be Denzel Washington.
Yeah, no.
And I would also say like he's like 70 years old, but he looks like he's 40, dude.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
He's got the belly, dude.
Insane.
He's got the belly now.
Yeah, you get rid of that. We'd CG that belly right off.
Oh yeah.
With some, you know,
I mean, they made
because I bet you the green on their
yeah.
suits is going to be CG.
Oh.
At least CG'd over.
I just really hope
they're
they
in
don't
real
do
suits.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really hope they don't do what they did with the movie.
Do you know what? Since you've ruined this segment, we should just talk about that movie because now I can't get the CG suits out of my head, my friend.
Oh no.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know about this stuff because I'm looking at all these actors. None of these Jamie Foxx is not going to do it.
No, he's Electro, man.
Yeah, he's already Electro.
Chris Rock.
Shit. He'd be great.
Marlon Wayans.
He'd be great, but Chris Rock's like too small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's doing his true crime stuff.
He's doing the Saucy.
Oh yeah.
Which we need to talk about on one of these, you know?
Oh yeah.
because that movie comes out in like 4 days. That's what this should have been about. We're like, do you know what's a big topic? The Green Lantern movie or TV show that they won't tell us anything about and that may never show up. But not the Saw movie that's coming out in 3 days.
What? I'm not really a Saw guy.
Maybe that's just maybe it's bigger in my head than it really is.
Yeah, are you a Saw guy?
I love the Saw movies.
You love the Saw movies? You're into that torture stuff?
They're my secret shame. No, I don't. I'm not there for the traps. I'm there for like the weird
torture,
like, the background story, like the
twists.
Yeah, I guess. No, like when it shows like the flashback stuff of Jigsaw and his life. That's what I'm there for that, man. I love it.
Yeah.
You either love them or you don't.
You know what I mean? I'm not a Saw guy.
I don't love gore. That's not like my thing, but I also love gore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and it is my thing.
Yeah.
No, I just love it. I don't watch any of those other movies. I just thought the Saw movies were kind of fun, and he's kind of like this weird vigilante because the people that are getting hurt suck.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
He sees himself that way, and it's a twisted way. He's the good. No, he's still shit. He's like, I've never killed anyone.
It's like he gave him the tools to kill himself.
You had shotgun set up.
Yeah.
On a tripwire, dude. Like, and the cop ran in and it blew his head off, and he was just a cop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have killed people. At the very least, manslaughter.
Yeah.
Give me a break, dude.
That's so weird that Chris Rock's like going to be the guy.
Apparently, he's like really into these movies.
Yeah.
And so
it's produced by him.
Yeah. Like he loves the Saw movies and has the clout to do something about that. Hey. He wants to be in it. He wanted to write part. I think he wrote some of it.
Yeah.
It's called Spiral from the Book of Saw or something.
That's weird.
I don't know anything about it. I just hope Tobin Bell's in it again, dude. That voice. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just like, do you want to play a game? He's so good at it.
Yeah.
But anyway, looking at this list of dark-skinned individuals. I mean, if he wasn't so old,
hold on.
If he wasn't so old, the perfect person would be Danny Glover.
Oh yeah,
because
because
especially if they're doing the Riggs and Murtaugh. Yeah.
Wait, give me your best Denzel Washington. You got
what? I don't have a Denzel.
Just do it.
What? Oh my God, I'm on the spot. My best Denzel.
All right, Morgan Freeman.
My best Denzel is just one voice, like one sound. He's like, huh? He'll say something. He'll be like,
is this what you want?
Huh?
Is this what you want? Wait, I'm not.
Who says I gotta like you, nigga?
Wait.
Don't you have shoes on? Don't you have shoes on? Don't you have food in your belly?
Morgan Freeman.
Huh?
Yeah, do let's.
No one can do a good Morgan Freeman. Everyone that tries fails. See, mine sucks.
Dude,
but I tried.
You're such a liar, dude. That was amazing.
Oh God.
Morgan Freeman. Oh, Batman, you don't know what it's like to be. I don't. It's bad.
That's your Lucius Fox. Okay.
I'm not. Hey, I try my best, and I mean I don't try my best, but impressions aren't my thing. But it's fun to try.
Yeah. It's fun to put other people on the spot and tell them to do their best. Denzel. Huh?
I thought you, dude. I remember you saying you had a Denzel. Dude.
No.
Before this podcast, he literally was like, "Dude,
you son of a bitch,
you got to check out my Denzel."
Oh my God.
What?
Huh? King Kong ain't got shit on me. That doesn't sound like him. You know what does? Do you know what does sound like him?
What?
Huh? That's it. I'm done. Huh?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, this list, it's just anyone. I was like, I put in African American actors in their 40s, and these are all elderly people.
Yeah.
There's some, I guess. Will Smith. Will Smith could do it. But
yeah.
But he wouldn't.
Yeah, because he was Deadshot.
Oh, God. What a missed opportunity that movie was, dude. Even with the actors intact.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm down for Will Smith being Deadshot. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know? Harley Quinn's perfect.
Captain Boomerang.
Dude, Captain Boomerang.
Amazing.
Badass in that movie. I'm so glad they kept him for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
So glad. But I bet he dies. Dude, I think
I don't think so.
I think in the next one, Harley Quinn's going to die. Because how many movies do you think that she's going to keep playing Harley Quinn? Right? And they told James Gunn, you can kill anybody. They gave him free reign on everything. They wanted him that bad. I bet you Harley dies.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
She's perfect as Harley.
Yeah, but like, how long is she going to play her?
Yeah.
But then Hugh Jackman played Wolverine for like 17 years, dude. Never mind.
So like, it's weird because like,
if it's bringing in the money,
yeah,
dude,
they had
why wouldn't you?
The Birds of Prey movie, which was like pretty much like a super team up type situation.
It was just a Harley Quinn movie. I don't know why. Is Harley Quinn, and also Birds of Prey are kind of there.
It's kind of, yeah.
Cassandra Cain is no longer the daughter of Lady Shiva. She's a street punk.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, she used to be the daughter of the deadliest assassin in the world, and she becomes Batgirl, but now she's just this little girl on the streets that steals stuff and swallows diamonds. Great. Thanks.
Why do they do this?
Why does DC
do
this? Great change. Do you know what was badass? Huntress was awesome in that movie, dude. Mm-hmm. She was really cool, but she was barely in it.
Yeah. She didn't have a lot of lines either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it really bummed me out.
And she's a good actress that played. I don't remember her name. Mary Winstead?
Yeah, I don't know what her name is.
I think I'm right.
Yeah.
Mary Louise Winstead? Is it Louise is the middle name?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
Let's talk about the Green Lantern movie, because I just watched that.
Yep.
Last night.
Because I was like, hey, let's do Green Lantern as the topic, because that show is coming out. They've been talking about it in the news a lot. And then I found out, like, they've released almost nothing, and we don't know when it's coming out. And and we have one actor. And then RJ went, and he was like, well, Chris knows a lot about Green Lantern. I'm going to watch the movie. And he watched the whole movie.
Oh,
and if you've ever seen it, you know what he has sacrificed.
Yeah, but God rest my soul.
Yeah.
After
and so I feel bad. I'm sorry.
And,
I'm sorry.
And and the thing is, I want to defend this movie so bad. I do. Like, I feel like the rap that it's given is unnecessary.
You're insane.
But
versus
I blame writers. And before I dive in, I just want to say that this movie is still better than Game of Thrones season 8.
You son of a bitch. Nope. Versus. I'll verse you.
Versus.
I will verse you. I will versus you on the Game of Thrones and the Green Lantern being good. The movie.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that the movie's good, but it has the potential to be good. It just had to be right.
Well, yeah. Any movie has the potential to be good. But if you make a piece of shit, you can't be like, well, it could have been good.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying that a lot of people will break it down and say that it was terrible, which, I mean, it is, but
the suit, dude. No. Do you know what is worse than the suit? The mask.
Dude, the mask.
The mask,
bad. Bro. And you know what?
It's not even the right shape. It doesn't look like the Green Lantern's mask. It's not.
It's like oblong at like the middle, and then it like protrudes the cheekbones for some reason.
It's not covering his nose.
No,
it doesn't look right, and it looks like just After Effects.
Yeah.
Like you just pasted it on and it's a different green. Like,
yeah.
and his eyes get all
right.
wide. Like, oh.
So in the movie, all right, so get this. So in the movie,
Yeah.
he wakes up and he's like posing in front of the mirror, right?
Because they're like, look at Ryan Reynolds' body.
Yeah.
Because this was like
He
the
was
first
buff,
time.
dude.
This
Oh,
was
he
like,
looked
you know
good.
how people like getting buff in movies is kind of, when you're a superhero, is kind of like, that's what you do now.
Yeah.
That was in the era of, it was still kind of like new. Not
Yeah.
everyone did it. And Ryan Reynolds looked really, really good. It was him and
But
Hugh Jackman. They
before
were the
that-
ones that would do
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? And it was like a big deal. The first one was probably Toby Maguire. For Spider-Man.
yeah.
And he wasn't even that big.
Yeah.
But since he transformed his body, people talked about it a lot, you know?
I always wanted to be Spider-Man thick. Not thick, but
I want to be Spider-Man thick. Like, oh, okay. Just go running, I guess.
well, I mean,
No,
like,
he was big. He looked good.
yeah.
Just
no,
not, he doesn't look like the modern day
he
superheroes.
looks like small boy
Yeah. And it was,
buff,
and
I guess.
you can
that
tell
sounds weird saying saying that all loud.
You know, but
Small
like
boy
the
buff.
I want to look small boy buff. I want to look as good as a small boy. You have weird taste, RJ.
I don't know how to explain it. No, not like small boy buff.
Right,
I'm digging the
right.
hole, dude.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
That's not what. Anyways, it's,
Yeah. Anyway.
you're telling me that Spider-Man is a small boy buff. Yeah. Oh, versus right now,
guess.
man. I'm versus small boy buff.
Okay, yeah. Jesus. He's small boy buff, dude. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You just sound awful saying it. Anyway.
You know, I pointed it out. All right, it's my bad for pointing out my mistake.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But small boy buff
and then moved on. But since you made it weird,
You made it weird.
no, you said it, dude. And then I just got like this like chill down my spine. I'm like, oh my God. That's not something that should be said.
Small boy buff.
Yeah. My Spidey sense
All right,
went
what-
off and I was like, this is
All right, so what I meant to say, small man muff, dude.
small man Muff? We're learning a lot about what RJ wants out of life. Small boy buff, small man Muff. Oh my God.
I can't right now. Small man buff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude. Oh, I'm crying again.
I think you have a Toby Maguire thing.
I do.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
I'll
good.
versus you, Toby Maguire, best Spider-Man. I don't care.
Shit. You know what? I don't like saying my favorite because my favorite live action Spider-Man is probably just Tom Holland. Like, I feel like he's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, it's the. I feel
Like,
like it's the
he's
best written.
He's
as far.
because he feels like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I don't know.
But we'll get into Spider-Man.
I mean,
in
I
another
love the
episode.
Tobey Maguire movies. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to. That has to
We
be
have to
something.
deep dive
That has to
on
be
that.
something.
That's
Talk
dude,
about that first
Spider-Man,
trilogy and then the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, you know, small boy buff.
You want to talk about small boy buff? Andrew Garfield movies. Good God.
He's definitely not small boy buff.
No, he's. Well, I don't know. He was like really thin.
He's tall though.
Yeah.
When I think
So
about
it's
like
if
small
he
boy
works out,
buff,
he's gonna get
Tom
thin.
Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like tiny and shredded.
Yeah,
Tom Holland, right? And he looks like a boy. He's in his mid-20s.
dude. He's
He
gonna
looks
look
like he's 14.
him and the guy that plays Harry Potter. What's his name? Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
They're gonna look the same for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. just get gray hair, and that's all that's going to change.
We're gonna have to talk about Harry Potter later, but let's talk about that.
We're gonna have a hard time talking about it because I'm not into it.
Me neither.
I mean, I get it. I guess you know what I mean, because like I don't like it, but I see how into it other people are, and I'm like, oh, that's how people look at me when I talk about Star Wars or Star Trek. You know, like they don't care. Well, do you know what? Especially Star Trek. Because that's less like mainstream, less than Star Wars, dude. Don't even look at me like that. Then Star Wars.
Okay.
Star Wars is the biggest franchise that's ever been. Star Trek
over the MCU these days. You would say Star Wars is bigger than the MCU.
I would say up until these final Avengers movies that they made more money. At least the saga films. Star Wars is huge, dude. Like people love it every generation.
See,
every generation has a Star Wars.
See, this is a versus episode that we'll have to do.
That Star Trek, which are you even into Star Trek? I'm way into Star Trek. It's one of my favorite things on earth, and I'm just saying that it's not as big as Star Wars. Why are you trying to verse me on everything? Why do you want to set up a fight?
No.
He's talking about verses because we have this idea for doing verses against each other on certain topics, which, you know, you'll see later, but
probably next week. Next week we'll have a verses.
Okay, but it's made it so that everything I say, he's like, I'll verse you, son of a bitch. On everything. Star Trek is not as big as Star Wars. That's just a fact, dude.
You misread me, all right? I didn't say I wanted to versus on Star Trek versus Star Wars. I wanted to versus on that Star Wars really isn't that great.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
I said it.
See, now
I said it with my chest too. Flexing it.
Versus.
Son of a bitch.
How dare you say that Star Wars isn't that great? Oh.
It's a Street Fighter move. That's when I think versus, I'm thinking Street Fighter, all right?
Okay.
I'm thinking Hadokens. I'm thinking
See, all I know is Hadouken. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know Street Fighter at all, except that sweet ass movie.
Oh God,
with Raul Julia.
The live action?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man,
Raul Julia is the shit. It's a bad movie. I'm not trying to defend the movie. I'm just saying I love Raul Julia, and just mainly because of Adam's Family.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But, no. I'm not defending that piece of shit.
Oh,
we're not versing.
We're talking about Guile, who was supposed to be an American soldier as
Jean-Claude.
He's
like, don't you know that I'm American? Don't you know I kick her ass for America? Like, okay.
so weird, dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
Blanca
back to Green Lantern.
Yeah. Back to Green Lantern. Back to the movie that we were talking about.
Okay. So he's flexing in front of the mirror, looking.
Okay, yeah. We didn't even talk.
Looking so old.
Okay, so
dude,
so we were talking about how bad the mask was, right?
Oh,
and so he's like it's doing
the whole
the thing.
Costume though, but
he's flexing in front of the mirror, like dude, like trying to like, oh, you look cool. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're not talking about the first of the movie. You're talking about when he gets the suit.
Yeah.
And he's looking at himself in the mirror.
The mask. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So
I thought you were like recapping the movie.
No.
I was like, it starts with him doing that. I thought
no, because you brought up the mask, how bad it looked.
Okay, yeah.
And so you know Tom Ray, right?
Yeah.
He's like flexing, and then Tom Ray's like, hey, like what are you doing? Type situation. Right?
Oh, okay.
He's like, and then he tells him, oh, your mask. Right, he points out he points out the mask.
Tom Ray, Jeffrey Rush, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's like a bird face.
So
bird face.
I know, but Jeffrey Rush voiced him, and that's perfect. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was perfect. Yeah, he sounded great.
All the lanterns are perfect on OA, the ones from that are on OA.
Yeah,
they look great. They're perfect. Yeah, perfect actors. Yeah, voicing them. God, dude, they had all the pieces for a good movie.
They really did.
Do you know what? I think that's what you meant.
Yeah,
I get it now.
Yeah.
Like they had all the pieces for a good movie, and just they didn't used it. Like
they wrote
used
it
all
to
the
the
pieces,
ground.
but they
wrote it to the ground, and then that was it. It was just garbage. Anyways,
Anyway,
back
so
to the
he's-
mask.
Yeah, back to him flexing.
So he, oh god, it's so
back to
it's
Ryan
so
Reynolds,
frustrating. And
small
that's what,
boy Muff.
So he tells him that like the mask, it puts a mask over you to protect your identity. But later on in
protect
the
your
movie, he goes and sees Carol.
Yeah.
And she's like,
The Pink Lantern, by the way.
Hal?
Yeah.
Hal? She's like,
Doesn't she say that
She's
the
straight
joke
up,
though? Doesn't she make a good joke about it?
Yeah. She makes a fun of the mask.
Yeah.
It's like, just because you hide your cheekbones.
Your cheekbones.
Yeah. It's how, dude,
That's great.
And that makes me so mad because if this is a cosmic power
Yeah.
that's supposed to protect your identity,
Cover your whole face.
why is it so easy for a regular human? Because they say that humans are stupid. Like, why did they get a ring? That's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's a reason for that, by the way, in the comics.
Okay. But
That they think that. They
That's just
genuinely
racist,
think,
dude.
Well, the Guardians have lied to them. They're protecting Earth for something. Oh. Earth is special.
of course it is.
I know, but I mean, it's got to be in those kind of stories, though, right?
Yeah, Earth
Like,
is
it
just
makes
small
sense.
boy buff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Earth has got that small boy muff, baby.
small man muff, bro.
Small man. I'm sorry. I said one of your weird things wrong.
So like I was saying, dude, this story, well, not the story, let's
Yeah.
be honest, the whole Parallax story is just so dumb.
Okay, Liz, I don't know. What was it in the movie? I haven't seen the movie in a couple of years.
So well, where do you want me to start? You want me to talk
What
about
is
Parallax?
Parallax?
Okay,
Yeah.
so Parallax was a guardian who saw the power of the yellow fear,
They
the power.
mixed Krona and Parallax in that movie.
Instead of, was it who
Ew.
became Parallax? Was it Alan
Nobody.
Scott?
Oh, a person? It's
Yeah.
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan become?
Yeah,
became-
the whole reason Green Lantern even got a movie is because the comic books at the time were selling better than any of the other characters.
Okay.
It was Green Lantern Resurgence. It was huge at the time. And this all started with Green Lantern Rebirth because at the time Hal Jordan was dead in the comic books.
Oh, no.
And this was a way to bring him back.
Okay.
But also make up for how he died because Hal Jordan died as a character called Parallax. And that's just in the comics at the time, that's just what he called himself. He was Parallax. He went insane. The city he's from, like Coast City, was destroyed by Cyborg Superman. I know too much.
No.
Just go with it. Just go with
I
it.
literally, I kind of phased out and I was like, small boy buff, small man muff.
No, dude. Stop thinking about it. Stop saying that.
It's so stupid,
my
dude.
God, dude.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So his whole city was destroyed. Everyone he knows and loves is dead. And he went kind of insane.
Okay.
And he started, like, he used his ring to rebuild, like, a construct of this city and would just walk around it. Like, pretending that everything is fine.
Oh, my
And so
gosh.
the Guardians come to him and they're like, hey, this is not okay. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Everyone died, so now I'm just pretending, and I have these puppets of them, and they're like, oh, look, that's not better. So you got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And like, come with us.
Everything's green.
And then they wanted to take away his ring at one point. He went crazy. And then Hal Jordan, as Parallax, no, before he was Parallax.
Okay.
Hal Jordan went insane and he killed every Green Lantern throughout the Corps and took their rings. And so now he has all the rings and was insanely powerful. And then he killed the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then at that
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Universe. Sorry. Sorry. But
I was like, crossover? When did they do that?
No, but he killed the Guardians. They're the ones that made the rings and are in charge. But so he has all the rings and he's just insane now. And then he went into the power source of the lanterns itself and absorbed all of that. And so now he doesn't need a ring. He just was that. And so and then he started calling himself Parallax, and he was a supervillain for the Justice League and stuff. And then he ended up dying because some other bad guy attacked Earth and killed the sun. So the sun started to die. So Hal Jordan flew into it and tried to and reignited it with his power, but it killed him. So now he's dead. And then, Jesus Christ. And then, seeing how silly all this is. And then, but this is before. This is all the '90s stuff, yeah. And then he got merged with this other character called the Spectre. So Hal Jordan was kind of around, but not really. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that Green Lantern comic that made him popular enough to get a movie was called Green Lantern Rebirth, and it brought Green Lanterns back. It brought back the entire Corps, the Guardians. It brought back Hal Jordan to actual life, so he's in his body again. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, it explained that Hal Jordan, when he went on that rampage, it wasn't his fault. He was possessed by a creature called Parallax. Okay. And that was the first time we'd ever heard of Parallax. And the real thing of Parallax is, it does sometimes take a host, but it doesn't need one, really. Like, it exists outside of having a host. Mm-hmm. But most of these things, they're called the entities. They want a host. Yeah. And each color has their own creature.
Okay. So is Parallax part of, like, those power sources? Then?
Yeah. But
is it the fear?
It is literally fear. So in the beginning of time itself, they say there was just darkness, and that darkness was around for so many eons it became sentient, but it knew it was alone. And then at one point there was light, and you can say that's the biblical version of let there be light, or light just spontaneously erupted into the universe like the Big Bang. So then there was light, and it just shot through the darkness, and that darkness fought back, and it was just this white light, and it too was sentient. Okay. And so the dark fought back because it was invading its space, it felt, and attacked it, and that's what separated it into these 7 colors. Okay. But basically that entity that was the light, that was just white light, it's just life itself. So it kind of is the Big Bang. Okay. Like where existence just exploded into existence for no reason that we know of, right? And so that creature, because it was attacked by the darkness, it formed a home around itself, kind of like a cocoon to heal. And that is Earth. Okay. And that's what the Guardians are hiding. That's why they're like, humans are idiots. We don't want to go to Earth. It's just a backwater piece of... It's really because it's the source of life. That's so crazy. If Earth falls, all life in the universe is gone. So because the entity of life itself is in it. And that's where everything spawned from. So when the microbes that were in the ocean, the first time that one of them willed itself to move was when Will was born into the universe. And then when they became more complex life, the first one to fear for its own life, that's when Fear was born. Mm-hmm. And then it's just longer and longer. Like the snake in the Garden of Eden, that's when avarice or greed was born. And then the first murder with Cain and Abel, that's when rage was born. The first person that prayed to the stars for anything, that's when hope was born. Yeah. So that kind of, And dude, I love it so much. Yeah. I think it's a really cool concept. I think it's great. And then they were like, oh my God, we have this great source material. Fart cloud. Great. Awesome. Parallax is a fart cloud. Dude, it makes zero sense. And I don't understand. And it's that bullshit mentality of like, well, that's stupid in the comics. Let's just make it something that makes sense, like a fart cloud instead of an entity. Dude, because so think about the Silver Surfer movie. Right? The Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah. What was Galactus? A fart cloud. You know what I'm saying? Probably the same fucking producer. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. It's sad. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. So Parallax. They could have picked anything. They could have picked any other villain. Well, why jump to Parallax so early? Like, wait until you explain the colors. Yeah. The Lantern Corps. Mm-hmm. Do all that. Put the groundwork in. Don't jump into Parallax. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's like endgame stuff. Yeah. Yeah. That's insane to me. And then Like, but they also had Hector Hammond, the guy with the ball sack head.
Yeah.
But Hector Hammond is not a bad villain if you did him right.
Yeah.
You know?
So what was Hector Hammond before?
I mean, he's pretty, I don't know, close to what he is in the.
So he's
but
just
it wasn't born from parallax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just, I don't remember what happened to his
Was he
head.
still deformed?
But he had those
in
same
the comics.
Oh yeah, worse. Like it's hilarious in the
hold
comics.
on, let me pull
He's
this
like
up.
mostly a head.
He's just a
No, I'm
head.
serious, dude.
He's
and he has the little Sinestro mustache too. I don't know why two Green Lantern villains have the same mustache, but anyway, that little pencil mustache.
no.
You see that? He's mostly a head and a tiny little baby body.
Oh no.
Actually, I don't even think it's a baby body. I think it's supposed to be a regular human
he's
sized
definitely
body.
small boy
But he has
buff,
like,
dude.
yeah. Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
I don't.
You know what? We'll figure it out.
Okay. But yeah, Hector Hammond is like, so if he has a normal sized body, let's say he's average height, 5'9", right?
Yeah.
Then
man.
his head is like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the comics. But he's like this psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
He's dangerous.
Yeah.
But I say, and if you were going to jump into endgame stuff early, they already retconned that Green Lantern's origin is when Abensor, the alien that lands, that gives him the ring, the alien that he had in his ship with him a prisoner called Atrocitus.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the Red Lantern
Yeah.
later. He's the leader of the Red Lantern.
Yeah.
But this is before that. So he had him. They should have had him jump out and fight him.
That's what I'm talking about,
And
dude.
then that's when Sinestro and Hal team up and become great friends.
Yeah.
Because they have to stop this threat together. And this is how, and Hal has just jumped into this
Yep.
universe. Like, what is going on?
Yep.
And we learn with him what's going on.
Yep.
Like, do it that way.
Instead of
And
having
then-
exposition throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which they
When
did.
you could have had one moment of exposition at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that should have gone on
Yeah.
longer. It was like, and then the Green Lantern Corps, and then it just, it should have went on for longer. It
Yeah.
should have been, in the
So-
beginning, there was darkness.
Yeah.
That's how it should have started, and told us the light story, and then just hints of that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
You know?
So get this. In the movie.
And then in the sequel, we get what happens
Yeah.
with the other colors.
yeah, they should have did that.
Yeah, anyway.
And it's really frustrating. But in the movie, again, back with the Tomare. Is it Tomare? Tomare.
Ray, yeah.
He
No one's going to like this podcast, by the way.
Why?
Only if you like Green Lantern stuff.
No, dude. Who cares?
I don't give a shit.
Well,
This is my thing, dude.
okay, so with Tomare,
Yeah.
so he's talking about sectors in space, right?
Yes. There are
Yeah.
3,600 sectors.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah, I know.
But so he's talking about the sectors, and then Cal Jordan says, "Oh, sector 3, whatever." You know, like he just says like the sector that he's talking about.
Because the ring gave
him that information.
Okay.
So the ring has its own stored memory of like the universe,
and they did it in the movie, so it's like he
Yeah.
knows it. In the
Yeah.
comics, the ring talks.
oh yeah,
Like it's not alive. It talks like a computer. It's like
Okay.
power levels
Okay.
at 50%.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
So-
not alive.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a personality.
it's like an AI
but you
type
see
situation.
this little box.
It's like Jarvis.
Yeah, but no, because Jarvis was like alive. But yeah, I get like he was
an AI though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't like sentient.
I think he was.
You think Jarvis was sentient?
Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, because
I
when he
feel like
died,
he
I thought it
didn't-
was a big deal. I thought
feel like he didn't-
died. I thought it was sad when he died because I
Yeah.
thought I'm like, oh,
It was like
Jarvis
his
is
kid.
alive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they
we
did
jump
kind of.
right into. Oh
Okay,
my
all
god,
right,
you
hold on,
son of
hold
a bitch! You lured me in with talks of Green Lantern just so you could talk about your love for Iron Man.
But I really do love Iron Man, and it goes deep. But yeah, if the ring has all this information and it feeds into
It has all the information of
bearer,
everything. Yeah.
why is there exposition? Why do they have to explain to Hal what the Green Lantern Corps is if he's
The ring. Oh, because it
ring
was
could
already
just
going
tell
through
him.
his brain.
So it makes zero sense to have exposition,
So-
only to tell the audience what's happening,
Yeah,
which
and
is
if they
dumb.
Yeah, and they could have kept their precious exposition
Yeah.
if they would have just made it so the ring just talked and said power lives at 50%.
Yeah.
Or when someone says something that he doesn't know and it's like, oh, it means this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then they have all the characters.
Because it's like, if you're a cop, you have your like database.
Yeah.
That's all the ring is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just unneeded whatever. But also, can we talk about Oa in the movie? Just Oa in general. This place is supposed to be millions and billions. Like, how old is Oa? Do you know?
Not really. I mean, it's an old planet.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in this movie,
The Guardians were the first sentient race.
yeah, they were like,
know
they're
that.
like immortal, right? In
Ish.
quotes,
Yeah.
air
Yeah.
quotes.
They can be killed, but it's hard.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're the oldest sentient race that we know of in DC Comics.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
There's a couple other
planet-
races, but doesn't count because they were just split off of the Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah. But the planet itself and the structure of the planet, it was just like this. It was just like a barren rock type situation
With
like
a Green Lantern symbol.
Green Lantern symbols everywhere. And it made zero sense. It's like, dude, this place is like, if this is like the home base, Oa, the planet of the Green Lanterns, then why don't they have structures? Well, I think they did have structures.
Oa in the
but-
comics is mostly structures.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's
it
just,
makes-
there's not much vegetation left
Yeah.
because the planet has died.
Yeah.
But they've kept it alive. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because they have the Green Lantern power
Yeah.
there. They have the battery
Yeah.
there.
So like they have the council just chilling on top of like a giant mountain.
I know. It was
And then-
weird.
and,
Dude,
like-
it was a weird, like, that's not what
Yeah.
they look like in the
Yeah,
comics. In the
but-
comics, it looks like a courtroom.
Yeah.
And it's indoors.
Yeah, and it's so weird too because like when Hal wakes up, he's like being examined. You know, he's floating in this like alien, nice, like super sleek, clean place, and then they're having the Green Lantern conversation or the whatever at the giant. We will meet at the giant Green Lantern sign in the middle of a rock with no seats. Like everyone's just standing around like in a barren whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It makes zero sense to me.
That's weird.
And there was a scene where Sinestro is talking to the Guardians and he's explaining, we need to use this power, the yellow ring. They created the yellow
Sinestro
ring or
being
something.
the leader of the Green Lanterns.
He's like decorated too.
He's the greatest
like,
Green Lantern in history.
Yeah.
And I think he is the greatest Green Lantern. Yeah.
so
He
like
really is. Even though later on he becomes the Yellow Lantern.
Which
He's the
makes
main
zero
arch
sense to
nemesis. I think it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
really
Yeah. Safety.
is it
It's all he has a plan.
okay.
It's because he's the greatest Green Lantern, my friend. He becomes a Yellow Lantern to fight them to make it so they have more things to do. Like fighting his Yellow Lantern Corps made it so now they can kill. And he felt like they had to have that. Everything he did was to make the Corps stronger to the point where they give him a ring back eventually.
That's crazy.
Sinestro is the greatest Green Lantern,
Wow.
even though he also is their greatest adversary. But he does everything he does is for the safety of the universe. He is a good person. He's just kind of a psychopath too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But he has
Yeah.
good intentions.
Okay.
He's just insane. He doesn't understand that he's insane.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, he's
Like most good villains. Most good villains are trying to do good. Anyway,
Yeah.
my bad. So
yeah. So he's on top of he's talking to the Guardians
he's
about
on
the yellow ring.
the rock on top of the
Yeah.
rock. Yeah.
And here comes Hal. He's like, hey, you can't use that power. And then he's like, you are not supposed to be here. You can't join this council. It's like, dude, you're on top of a freaking mountain. I can just fly up there and do
Yeah,
whatever.
why don't you,
He's like,
like,
why don't
put
you
up
guys
a
have
wall?
why don't you guys have like a soundproof, like bulletproof, like, but what are you doing on this mountain?
Yeah. And why are you broadcasting it to the other lanterns?
it makes zero sense. And I was just so like, it's
We're
just
having
annoying.
a secret meeting.
So
We're having a secret meeting at the one structure, and we're also broadcasting it. But it's secret. You're not allowed here, you son of a bitch. You just get to listen, I guess.
I think it's so weird that like they're fighting off Parallax and like Parallax is defeating the Green Lanterns and like we have to use this power, right? We have to use the yellow power, Sinestro, whatever. Why is it that they're just like, okay, Hal,
yeah.
you figure it out. You fight Parallax. You defeat him by yourself. Like there's no backup. There was like Sinestro wasn't like, I'll help you. We'll figure this out, right? We're all trying to destroy Parallax or stop Parallax, right? But Green Lantern Corps did nothing while Hal had to fight it all by himself.
When it was like attacking Earth.
Yeah, when it was attacking Earth.
I don't know, dude.
That's why it's super frustrating.
Like, why didn't the whole Corps show up?
Why didn't the whole Corps show up to help him?
Yeah, it's going to destroy Earth, and then the next place.
And if you're saying that, yes, Earth is like the cocoon of life.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they help?
Because the people that made that movie were like, well, we have this story element, but we don't know about this other story. We don't want to know all that nerd shit, so just do it. You know what I mean? And then they went back to,
it's so stupid.
Went back to forcing women to have sex with them and
the whole
snort and snort cocaine. That's all they care about.
There it is. Yep,
that's all they care about.
That is the truth.
Hookers and cocaine.
Oh man,
and just
the Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, get this stupid comic book shit out of my face and just make the goddamn movie.
Yeah, it literally is like,
does he have a love interest? He better.
Richer?
Yeah.
Are they gonna make out?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking throughout the whole movie. I was like, hey, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god.
Dude,
that's how they met though.
Oh man. It's so great. I was swooning throughout the whole movie. Every time I saw them together, I was like, oh, that's so cute. Oh, they're so good together.
Yeah. I wished it did well because I thought she was a great choice for Carol. Yeah. I would have loved to see her in her Star Sapphire.
Yeah,
in her pink lantern suit.
Love.
With her pink lantern ring. Yeah.
Oh, I wish.
But that would never go that far.
Yeah. No, it would never make it.
No. What a garbage movie.
And there's a lot of things that really make me mad, like with Taika Waititi.
Is
that his name?
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Waititi. He they just kind of make you assume that him and Hal are just best friends without building that relationship.
Dude, I don't even know who that character is, dude.
Exactly.
Like, I guess he was in the old comics. I guess, but I don't know. I don't know that guy.
So it's really confusing because it's just like, oh, hey, he's showing up at his house.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, at least with Spider-Man, they develop the relationship between Peter and what's his name?
Ned.
Mm-hmm. Right? They're like these nerds that like are really good at or excel in
Mm-hmm.
academics, right? So it makes sense that they would both be friends and hang out. Yet with Hal Jordan and Taika's name or Taika's
he's the director. He's the guy that directed Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
he directed that.
Yeah, Taika's character. They never developed that.
I love that Taika Waititi and Ryan Reynolds. There was this whatever movie they were most recently in together. I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
They're in a movie together
recently.
But really?
And he's like, I'm just really excited to work with Ryan Reynolds the first time. They just deny. And like the guy is like, no, you guys were in Green Lantern. He's like, oh, what? No. Like, they just deny knowledge of Green Lantern.
Yeah. As you should.
He's like, no, I just am really excited to work with Ryan and be good. I've always wanted to. So.
Dude, but I will say Ryan and his character were great.
Dude, like it's because they're two funny dudes.
Yeah, they're so good.
That have charisma.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just pouring out of them. Like they're so good at everything they do. And they really are. Yeah. I mean, the movie's bad and Hal Jordan in it is mischaracterized. He's awful. Like he's just this like dickhead.
Yeah.
Like he wakes up, oh, I'm having a one night stand with some chick. And also I drive a sports car and endanger people's lives.
Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. And he's like almost hurting people. Yeah. You know, but like, but he has a nephew he bought a present for. So he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But like
he cares.
In the comics, he's like this super brave.
Yeah.
Air Force pilot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But he is a ladies' man though.
Kind of, yeah, I guess, but that's not the way to introduce your character. Why was his introduction not an awesome plane scene?
Yeah,
that's crazy to me that jet scene wasn't how we met Hal. Like, let's meet him having a one night stand. Because, like, he's he's a ladies' man, but he doesn't.
Make yourself at home.
Yeah, he's a ladies' man, but it's more like he's in a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like he got a hooker last night. Like, who was that woman? She might have been a hooker. They never say. We never see her again.
Water's in the tap.
And he's water's in the tap. Bye. Leaves her at his house.
Yep.
Like, don't leave people in your house, by the way. But anyway. But like,
yeah, he's reckless.
Yeah.
I think that's what they wanted to show is that, and I get it.
The
Like
Green Lantern ring doesn't go. It doesn't. He's like, go forth and find the most reckless human. You know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't land on you and say you have the ability to endanger the most lives. It says you have the ability to overcome great fear, and then it forces itself on you, and then all of a sudden you're a soldier into this this galactic space
just
force.
A slow mo of the ring going in, and he's like, no.
No, not like this. Not like this.
It's my first time.
I don't know if we should be joking about shit like that.
Sorry.
That was RJ. I didn't say any of it.
I'm saying some weird stuff today, guys. I'm sorry.
Even the stuff that I did say, or you think I said, it was RJ. He knows how to, like I was he was talking about. He knows how to mimic voices. Dude. You heard his.
I don't know.
Morgan Freeman.
His Denzel's pretty. But
anyway,
we're not. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just really this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get into the writers' heads. All right. These guys were thinking, okay, we need to create, or Hal needs to be a character that is super flawed, is reckless, but also caring, right? Secretly caring and also doubtful of himself, right? So he's very insecure.
For his character arc.
For his character arc, he needs to be, they wanted him to be super insecure. And they forced the ring on him, right? For him to realize that, no, I am better than who I think I am.
If the ring chose me, it saw deeper than I know. Yeah.
So the whole thing, so the whole thing is just him. It's like him awakening his.
But I didn't get that out of that movie.
Yeah, and so that's and I think a lot of people.
That's great though. I think one of the writers wrote it like that. And then someone else came in for rewrites because there are several writers.
Oh,
and it's like, and then someone else came in, even ones that are not credited as writers. They get like a producer credit or something.
Yeah.
Or someone else came 100%. In and was like, yeah, I'll write that. You know what I mean? But they
because I feel like that story of insecurity and then overcoming insecurity
that's
to save the world.
Yeah, that'd be a great
perfect. But
Hal Jordan origin.
Yeah, they just did it bad. They just did it so bad.
Introduced the wrong villains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Atrocitus could have been great.
Dude, it should have been. Yeah, Atrocitus coming out would be cool. But I also think it would have been great to have it so he and Sinestro were teamed up so that we can see them become friends.
Yeah.
Just to see Sinestro become the Yellow Lantern later, you know? Because then it's sad but it's also inevitable, you know, and it had to happen. But then you have two guys that respect each other, but have to stop each other.
Yeah, because they were really close.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. He's his mentor.
Yeah.
Sinestro, Hal Jordan's mentor.
Yeah.
That's why Hal Jordan is so good at what he does, because Sinestro taught him tricks, you know? Like, there are weird tricks with that ring, you know? Like, you can black things out. Like, you can take the light out of an area so no one can see anything, you know? Like, there's a lot to do with that they don't know about besides the constructs.
Yeah, it does bum me out. And I wish that they would make more, or at least try to reboot it. I guess with the series,
I can't fucking believe that these idiots at DC are like, do you know who needs a movie? No, not Green Lantern, my friends. Cyborg. They were gonna make their initial plan was we're gonna make a Cyborg movie and people are gonna love it. I don't want to fucking see a Cyborg movie. Everything you need to know about Cyborg was in the Justice League.
Yep.
Especially the Zack Snyder Justice League. So if Zack Snyder, because initially in their heads, they were going to do Zack Snyder's version, right?
Yeah.
They only started doing things to his stuff and kicking him, and then eventually wanting to fire him because his movie started not doing well. Like people didn't like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Even though it has the greatest Batman of all time in it.
It really does.
The greatest looking and acted Batman.
Yeah.
But he does kill too many people. If he didn't kill all those people, he'd be so great. But then everyone says Michael Keaton is the greatest, and he killed just as many people.
Yeah.
And he like murdered a guy once. Like he put a bomb on his belt and then pushed him in a hole and he explodes. Batman Returns. So, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll have to do a whole Batman
that whole thing.
episode.
And so they're like, initially they were just letting Zack Snyder do whatever with this universe, right? And Cyborg was where they were going to go, even though everything interesting about Cyborg is his origin, which is in Justice League. So what is the Cyborg movie going to be about? Who is he going to fight, dude?
Who are his
Do you know any villains of Cyborg?
Nope.
I know Grid, and that's it.
Who?
Grid. He's like made from his armor. So
okay.
You know, he's like anti-cyborg, kind of like a Bizarro, but not, well, he's not stupid though. So I don't know how to, but I don't know. He's made from the, same source, I guess.
Of course.
Well, that was initially because he can't be now because Cyborg was made from the mother box. So I don't know what the new version of Grid is. I think he's probably just from another universe now. They always just do that, but I don't know. But he has Grid. So it'd be Cyborg versus a cyborg. Not even though. I think Grid's all robot. Yeah. But,
I don't know.
God, I can't imagine what that movie would be about. Them just fighting on the internet in their heads.
Just trying to one-up each other with memes.
Dude. You have the dankest meme. Like, what would it be? Who cares?
Yeah.
And his dad died in Justice League.
Uh-huh.
So who is he going to be interacting with? He has no family or friends. I don't want to see Cyborg doing it. What is he? What?
Yeah.
He should be with the Titans.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what they're going to do.
They would never do that in that movie, dude. Zack Snyder's initial vision, it was, you know how they have a dead Robin suit? That's Jason Todd, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Dick Grayson to him. He says Dick Grayson's dead, and I'm like, you son of a bitch! You have a. Are
you serious?
You have a Batman played by an older actor who is older in the movie too. They're not saying he's younger. They say he's Batman for 20 years.
Yeah,
plenty of time to have a Nightwing out there. Plenty. It's the perfect opportunity, and you're saying no. The Robin that's dead is Dick Grayson.
Why would he say that?
Other? Because I guarantee he's such an idiot. He was going to bring in for Robin. I guarantee Carrie Kelly. Because he's obsessed with The Dark Knight Returns. Because people that don't know comics think that The Dark Knight Returns is still the best Batman comic. It's not. It's what.
Why are they saying
it's
that?
What changed Batman.
Yeah.
It was the best
What
Batman
made him
comic.
push
but
him over
there
the
have
edge.
been many other since that are great. You
Yeah.
know, like I don't get it. Even his origin, the best origin used to be Batman Year One. It's not now. Like that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Things don't make sense. If you have a character that can't age in the comics, that has to be around mid 30s in the comics. He always has to be that age, so you have to up his origin every time.
Yeah.
So now the newest origin is called 0 Year. It's 10 times better than Year One, but it still it incorporates Year One though. You know, it's still like, yeah, that happened, but also this, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Zack Snyder's just obsessed with Dark Knight Returns. Like the bat suit is the Dark Knight Returns bat suit.
Yeah, it's got the giant
and
bat.
then the armored one is the armored one from Dark Knight Returns. There's
and it's great. Like, don't get us
Dark Knight
wrong. Like,
Returns
it's awesome.
is great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it is also from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of it doesn't make much sense now.
Yeah.
And it never was supposed to be like the end all be all, like the future. It was always an alternate universe where where Superman is a government stooge.
Yeah.
That's not Superman. You know, that's not good characterization of Superman. And Batman's just a psychopath. Like he is. Like it's a great book, but that Batman is a maniac.
Yeah.
But that, it's like, well, he would be in real. Okay, but it's not real life.
Yeah.
It's comic books.
Yeah.
Bank Batman, less of a psychopath.
Yeah. Well, he has his code, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't a murderer or anything.
Yeah.
He was nuts.
Yeah.
The only person that he had, I don't know, he didn't really kill him, but like with Joker, he snapped his neck. Just enough so it didn't kill him. How would you do that? And then the Joker snapped it the rest of the way to frame him. Killed himself laughing. So it's a great scene. But
Gross.
Anyway, it's just...
Yeah.
It's not the modern Batman. So, but like he's obsessed with like when he fights Superman in Batman v Superman, right before the... no, it's when they're fighting Doomsday. Yeah, and Doomsday does the heat vision towards Batman. He has that same like pose where the lightning comes down from Dark Knight Returns. Like he's obsessed, and so he was obsessed with it. In Dark Knight Returns universe, Dick Grayson ends up being the new Joker. He's a bad guy.
Oh, what?
It's awful.
That sounds terrible.
It's terrible. It's called The Dark Knight Strikes Again. Worst art I've ever seen in a comic, and in a published comic, dude. It's so bad. And then he's also, and it's the worst story. Like Dick Grayson's a shape-shifting Joker.
Wait, what?
I can't get into it. I refuse to talk about it right now.
Okay, well, I think,
dude, I can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like, but that universe, like, what? No Green Lantern, but you're gonna do Aquaman. You're gonna do Cyborg. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so.
I think I feel the way you feel about Iron Man, by the way, with Aquaman, because I thought Aquaman was cool before Jason Momoa was Aquaman.
Yeah. I do love the casting of Jason Momoa, like that. I feel
do
like
too.
It just
I
made
like
sense.
it. Then I like having it so where they bring his like Hawaiian heritage into it. I think that's really smart for an Aquaman character, for like almost like a god of the seas. But to have that kind of, I think that's great.
Yeah.
But
I know that
I liked him
last
before.
episode you were saying that you don't like the race swaps.
Yeah. But it kind of works, especially with how they did it in the Aquaman movie, because it's like, well, Atlanta's still Atlanta, and like, who cares what his dad looked like?
Yeah.
And so he's like mixed race. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And then it actually helped the story, because then it made his brother seem kind of more racist.
Yeah.
Because it was like, he's
mixed
talking about
blood.
humans,
Yeah.
but he's talking about those dirty brown jeans too. Like,
Yeah. But yeah. Hey, Warner Bros. Guys, I really hope that this new series coming out is going to be worth it.
and I don't understand why it's not a movie, but whatever.
It's probably too much to fit
Unless they're
into a
doing
movie,
all the story.
you know?
Yeah, unless they're going big. Jeff Johns is part of it. Jeff Johns not only is the one that wrote the stories that made him popular, he invented the whole color spectrum. That's all him.
That's so smart.
He did all that. Like before that, it was just, I don't know why the other colors exist. Like the Star Sapphires had nothing to do with the lanterns. They just happened to also glow,
Yeah.
and the yellow ring was just built by people in the antimatter universe.
That's so weird.
To, so Sinestro could fight, He didn't have a core or anything. Jeff Johns came up with all of that and was like, hey, what if all these other glowing guys are connected to the Green Lantern? Why do they have that power? It's, and then he came up with the emotional spectrum.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's great.
yeah, it is great.
Yeah.
And unlike that movie.
Well, we'll do a deep dive and how we can make the movie better.
God.
Yeah.
Well, you already have said maybe the greatest thing we're going to come up with is the missed opportunity they had with his character arc,
Yeah.
because it's still in there, but it's so muddled. Like they don't go into it enough You know?
Yeah.
There's too much of him being wacky.
Yeah, it's so weird that
Like,
they had that scene with they had that scene with his family or his like nephew.
It was
And
just
one
like, look
scene.
how much of a dick he is.
It was one scene.
It's because he was
and
such
you don't
a
even know.
dick in the beginning. They're like, well, we want him to still have that possible prostitute in his bed. So we show like he's cool. He bangs chicks. He has a one night stand. He's cool. And then he goes into his sports car and almost kills people. But he is also a nice man because he goes to his nephew's birthday party.
Yeah,
that was the only reason they had that in there, dude, just to all be like, oh, he's not just a prick, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it was. Because then they're never in it again. Are they in danger at the end even?
What do you mean, like with Parallax?
When Parallax
and stuff?
shows up, do they show his family?
No, they didn't show his
What?
family. They literally only showed
What?
They showed a bunch of people dying in the city, which was crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe
so many people
like, real
died.
dark. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like skeletons, just
Yeah.
like turning into like the.
and it became like part of Parallax, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He was Shang Tsung. Like
Yeah,
Parallax was Shang Tsung. He
yeah.
would just suck everyone's souls out, and they
I'm
would
gonna say it
turn to
again.
husks.
Your soul is mine. I have to. I can't say Shang Tsung without it. Anyway. Dude, when I heard our last episode, when you screamed Lou, I almost died because I forgot you did it.
Yeah. Oh, I think about that all the time, dude. Just him holding his hair, you know?
Yes. Your brother's soul is mine. He switches it up sometimes.
Yeah.
All the Mortal Kombat characters switch it up sometimes. They're the sayings,
Oh yeah.
you know? Like your brother's soul is mine. Good job. instead of your soul is mine.
Yeah.
You know? Your soul will be mine, he'll say sometimes.
Yep.
You know, Scorpion's got get over here. Sometimes he says get the fuck over here.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Or sometimes we just say, "Hey, can you come over here?"
come here. Or in the movies, suckers.
Oh yeah. So
And
stupid.
get down here.
Did you
like
know
he only speaks
Yeah, yeah.
like that? I guess.
Did you know that his voice was Ed Boon's voice?
Was it really?
Yeah, so he was the one saying get
it was
over
legit.
here. It was
Well,
legit.
I
Ed
know
Boon.
it is in the game, but yeah, I didn't know it was in the movie too. That makes sense because it sounded like it, I guess. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what other things, because the things I would add to this Green Lantern movie to make it better, besides that character arc that they totally failed on, I can't believe that they had the balls to show his family in the beginning and not have them in peril at the end.
Yeah.
That's writing 101, dude.
Yep.
That's just, what are you doing?
dangle what you care about in front of
Yeah.
them. But it was Carol that they dangled in front of us.
Yeah, but who
It's
cares,
like, we're going to make
dude?
her into one of...
Damsel in
Hector's,
distress.
yeah.
She should have just shown up and been kick ass so that
Yeah.
later on, if she's a Pink Lantern, you get it.
Yeah.
You know, because she's also like the Pink Lantern. She's
Yeah.
not just one of them. You know, she's like their leader at one point.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they didn't have at least that little nephew like hanging off a building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have him hanging off a building and Hal having to like make what do you give him as a gift?
Oh, what? I just can't remember.
He should, whatever it was, that's how he saves him with the construct of that. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that, right? Saves him like that, and he's like, Uncle Hal, and he's like, he puts his fingers to his lips like, shh, and then flies off, and he's like, wow.
So cheesy,
Dude, but is this
Yeah.
movie not cheesy? I'm telling you.
So the thing about that movie is that it also didn't take itself seriously at all. And I don't know if this was like a direction that Ryan Reynolds wanted when he was playing the character, because
he's like, I'm always wacky, man.
They're very self-deprecating
Yeah.
as characters, because if you watch it, you'll see that he does that a lot.
It's like, dude, save it for Deadpool.
Yeah, same thing with Taika. He does the same thing. And I don't know if that's them.
I guarantee
just being
it was off
them.
script. Yeah.
So I
guarantee
felt
it.
like a lot of it was like the stuff that he says. There's a few jokes in there I actually like laughed out loud.
Really?
Like,
It's because they are funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
it's just
then
Ryan Reynolds.
having them shooting scenes of them just riffing off each other, and that's part of your movie, makes it so now you have less time for story stuff, you know, which could have been there.
Yeah.
But also, no matter how they rewrote it, their design for Parallax was still the diarrhea
so
cloud.
bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not even, I don't even think it's that bad of a design for something, but not Parallax. Well, it is a bad design. The face looks really dumb because their Guardian design was into it too, because it was partially that Guardian. But the idea of those skeletons and things becoming part of it is kind of awesome. But it's like someone had a good idea but applied it to the wrong character.
I mean, I feel like they do that with a lot of movies where they'll have the main villain just be a blob. Like, I don't know if you watched.
And then it's named that, or you know what I mean? Like this is Galactus. What? No, it's not.
Yeah, there's just some kind of like Hollywood fascination with making villains just giant clouds of something,
like concepts.
Yeah,
yeah. Like
just
instead of the
shapes.
character, it's just a concept I'm going to use for something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
What
annoying.
were you saying about though? You weren't talking about Galactus, I don't think.
No, I was thinking about like what was that? It was like a Harry Potter movie.
Oh.
The new ones that came out. I can't remember. It's not a Harry Potter movie, but
Oh yeah. The Fantastic Beasts
yeah, the
movies.
Fantastic Beasts.
I like those more than the Harry Potter movies.
Really?
No, I like the first one more than the Harry Potter movies.
The second movie was doo-doo.
I haven't seen the second movie.
The second.
It looked dope, dude.
You
The
should
trailers were
watch
dope.
it. You should watch it
Okay.
and let me know.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it
All right,
because
I thought the first one was awesome because I really liked the actors in it.
yeah,
I thought the stories were less convoluted and rushed.
yeah,
Because they're not trying to get to that point, you know.
yeah.
I don't know.
There's just a
Except I hated when Johnny Depp showed up at the end. I thought it was unnecessary because why not
100%.
just have it so people don't know exactly what he looks like? Just have it
Yeah.
Colin Farrell still, right?
yeah,
Because he's a great actor.
uh-huh.
He was awesome in that movie.
Yeah.
Specifically,
There's a lot of
so why not
issues
just
that I
have it
have.
so they shoot him like with at the end and it changes his hair color and shows like and then a scar appears on his face and
Yeah.
you're like, holy shit, you're Grindelwald.
Yeah, but then it comes back.
But it's still him.
Yeah.
you know, it's still Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
So why did it have to be
Will-
Johnny Depp? Dude,
Will-
I don't care about the controversies with Johnny Depp. I don't care because I don't know that much about it because I don't care about what celebrities are doing. I don't care. They're
Yeah.
just people.
I mean,
and like some of them are
there's
still
abuse,
trash.
but
You know what I mean?
it's still-
Yeah, because he's trash. Maybe
He is
he's
trash.
just, you know, but instead of a
Also,
trailer
Amber
park,
Heard
he
is-
got millions of dollars
Yeah.
and lives in a mansion, but he's still trash. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't care what's going on in his life.
Oh, yeah.
But even then, I hate when he shows up in movies because he's always just Jack Sparrow now, dude. And it's not even the
He's not even Jack Sparrow
Not even
anymore.
the good Jack Sparrow, dude.
Yeah.
He's like the fifth movie Jack Sparrow where he's just phoning it in. That's, you know, and it's just like, oh, he's just weird all the time now. Great. Because when he played him, dude, Jack Sparrow in the first movie,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's good. He is so good in that movie.
Yeah.
But then it gets old real quick.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, as it keeps going.
They
But,
shouldn't have had so many movies,
I just
to
can't.
be honest.
Yeah. Oh no. It
There's
should have
too
been those
many.
first three, dude.
Yeah. That's it.
They're making more now with new characters with Harley Quinn.
But why?
I can't think of her name. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
she's the new head of the Pirates franchise, dude. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll have to. That's another episode we're gonna have to talk about is the Pirates of the Caribbean.
dude, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not because I feel like
cares?
we kind of don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really like the first movie, and I think 2 and 3 are fine. And I think Jeffrey Rush gets looked over because everyone talks about Johnny Depp, but Jeffrey Rush is the best actor in those movies.
yeah.
You know, and then Bill Nighy is
not the science
awesome.
guy.
No. Bill Nighy, the great British character actor. He's great as Davy Jones.
Oh yeah,
You know, even though
So good.
he's like CG'd over, but they get the performance in there. You can hear it.
they did so good with the CG. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
It would look good now.
Yeah,
And it's how old? 10 years, you know?
I think that's one of the reasons why the Green Lantern, like people had gripes with that
Because it stood out. The horrible CG stood out.
Kilowog's mouth really bugged me.
Dude, Kilowog,
It's so bad.
yeah, he did have a weird design, didn't he?
usually has like those chompers,
Yeah.
but they didn't go up and down. It's just like his mouth was just like right there, like
In the middle of it?
yeah, the middle just moving.
But
and
those chompers were just there? Huh.
connected to his face, like kind of like accents,
Yeah.
lines on his head, on his cheeks.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know.
Weird. Anyway,
I think
they're
that
like, that's too much. His chompers are too much. Those big, like, protrusions from his lips are too much. But we'll have the bird guy talk out of his beak the most. He'll be the exposition machine. That's good. What?
That's
so stupid, dude. Like, just go with the silly.
Yeah.
Don't people know by now that when you lean in is when it gets better? You know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think writers or people that are directing need to understand that exposition is never good. All right. You don't need to.
Well, there's ways to do it so it is good. There are ways to do exposition where you don't know it's even happening, where you don't even notice it, where they're like, oh, well, through dialogue. But usually you need action to be happening on screen while they're expositing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
in the moment of things,
I bet you 50% of the movie Infinity War was exposition about who Thanos is, what he's doing, what he's done. We didn't know shit about him until that movie. It was all exposition, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
exposition.
You're right.
Because then they're not just sitting there talking about it. They'll talk about it, and then it'll show a flashback, and it's really intense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, So you didn't really notice it in that movie, but you really notice it in the Green Lantern because they're just standing. A CG character is standing in a CG environment, looking at Ryan Reynolds' face on a CG body, telling you what this means. That's what the problem is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mark Strong too. He was there also. See, just his head with his CG body.
Yeah.
Mark Strong is not that shredded, dude.
No.
He does not look like that.
Nope.
Which is fine because Mark Strong was the perfect actor to play Sinestro, to play Thal Sinestro.
Yeah.
Yes, his name is Thal.
God.
By the way.
Yeah. Him and Abin Sur look so good.
Oh yeah, they look great.
They look awesome. Just like the characters. Mm-hmm. Just a few misguided choices.
Yeah, Tomar Ray looked great.
A lot of things.
I think Tomar Ray looked good. It's a little different than the comics, but they look good. I think Kilowog, when he's not talking, you're like, oh, dude, look at that. Look at his face. Look at his face. And then only, 1/4 of his mouth opens. And you're like, what is happening? Yeah, dude. Other things that could have made the movie better. Maybe the lanterns could have been in costumes, like physical costumes, and the green on them could have just had some CG energy swirls and shit going on. Yeah. Don't CG a costume onto a character, but lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah.
And the greatest thing we got from it was how much it gets made fun of now in the Deadpool movies. That's the best thing that's come from this movie. It was Ryan Reynolds saying don't make the suit green or animated in the first Deadpool. And then in the second Deadpool, when Deadpool gets his time travel machine and he kills Ryan Reynolds, who's reading the Green Lantern story going, welcome to the big time or some shit. He's all excited. He's making fun of his own excitement at the time. That poor guy. That probably hurt him.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably so bummed.
Yeah,
he's had so many this is going to be huge, and then nothing happens. Dude, I'm Deadpool. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're Weapon 11 and have no mouth. Oh, I'm Green Lantern. Yeah, kind of. So, and then finally, I'm Deadpool, but I'm in charge of everything, motherfucker. Like, I'll do it, but I'm a producer, and I get to choose what happens.
Yep.
And then now he's Deadpool, and thank God it worked out for him.
Oh, it's so good.
Every comic book franchise, or at least every company, has tried to get Ryan for something because he's awesome.
Oh yeah,
and
he's one of my favorite dudes.
I've loved him since Blade Trinity, dude. No. I mean, I do. I love him in that. But I've loved him since Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, my friend. That was the TV show that kind of launched him.
Wow.
In the 90s.
I've never watched that.
It's not good, but like it was good for the time, you know? And he was funny in it.
Yeah.
And then Van Wilder.
Yep.
And
Van
then,
Wilder was great.
But dude, Blade Trinity, when he's like just killing vampires, but cracking jokes.
Yep.
I love him in that movie,
And he was
dude.
ripped.
Yes. Everyone in that
Super
movie
ripped.
is working so hard and doing except for Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is such a douchebag
man.
actor that he's just, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Like, it's mostly just stunt doubles and then close-ups of it. Dude, there's a scene in that movie where Blade has to open his eyes. He's laying down and he has to kind of, his eyes are closed because he's incapacitated and they pop open, right? He wouldn't do it. So if you watch the movie now, you can tell now that I'm showing. I'm telling you, it's CGI, my friend.
No. Yes. Wait, why would he not do it?
He was fighting with the director and just was being a diva. The the director is David Goyer,
Okay.
the guy that the patron saint of comic book movies. He wrote Blade, Blade 2, Blade 3, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Batman v Superman.
He was in all those?
He wrote the scripts for all of them. Yeah. Man of Steel. Yeah. He's always
That's
like
crazy.
the first writer, and then someone will come and like redo it.
And ruin
Because
him?
like, no, ruin them or make them better. Because like he wrote Batman Begins, and then Christopher Nolan kind of rewrote parts of it.
Okay.
And then he wrote The Dark Knight, and then Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, the guy that made Westworld.
Yeah.
Jonathan Nolan made Westworld, the show.
Yeah.
The current show. There's been others, but anyway, the current show, not the one from the 70s. He rewrote it, The Dark Knight, and then same thing with Rises.
Okay.
But he's all over the place, dude.
Yeah.
And he's good, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, look what he did to Blade. He was like, what if Blade wasn't lame, looked better, like looked cool, and was half vampire?
Oh, yeah.
In the comics, he was not half vampire. He had an afro and wore green, and orange and shit.
I think about
and then
the Blade.
they've redone it though, because they're like, oh, let's give him powers.
Yeah.
So now Morbius bit Blade, and that's why he's different in the comics now.
Yeah, I remember Blade from the Spider-Man animated
Okay.
series. That's the one that I was like, oh,
Blade.
that's Blade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was after. I think that would the movie have come out by then?
No, I think came after the animated series.
I don't know.
So I
I
want
remember when the first Blade was. It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now maybe
Yeah.
they had made Blade look cooler then by then.
Yeah.
Maybe they did the Morbius thing. I swear he's the one that made him cool.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just thinking
Yeah.
because it wasn't Morbius that bit him in the show. You know, obviously in the movie there's no Morbius.
Yeah.
But
Wait, when did the first Blade come out?
I think it's a cooler origin of his mother getting bit.
Yeah. And then she having the
she's
baby.
turning as she's dying or turning whatever, but she has a baby and they hurry and get the baby out.
Yeah.
And he's half vampire. Like I love that.
No,
The opening to the first Blade movie is so intense.
Oh yeah.
The pregnant woman with bleeding out of her neck, and then they take the baby, and as it shows the baby, it just says Blade. And you're just like, you get it. You're like, okay. And they didn't have to say his mother was bit. Exactly like what you're talking about.
Yep.
They didn't have to exposit anything.
Yeah.
They just showed these couple of moments.
Show don't tell.
In 1 minute of footage, and you're like, oh, this baby's half vampire. The vampire bite changed this baby, because you're watching a vampire movie. The woman has 2 holes. You get it. It's great.
I just think about the
Man, fuck Green Lantern.
I just think about the techno scenes in Blade. they're so brutal
blood
too.
rave.
Just like him, just like, all right, I'm gonna kill all y'all
Yes.
to this techno music. This like, it's not even really like techno music. It's like goth techno. I don't know how you explain it.
Well, it's like 90s goth industrial techno stuff. Yeah, it's just it's bad, dude.
But
it's
those
awesome,
fights were
dude.
sick, dude. Blade.
Like, some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Dude, that's why I'm Mahershala Ali, man.
I'm excited.
Oh, it's gonna be
the new
good.
Blade.
Yeah, it's
dude.
gonna be good. There's
I can't
no
believe
way
they're
it
gonna
can't.
introduce vampires into the MCU.
Ah, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
MCU's about to get real weird.
Yeah, it's already
I
weird.
think they're jumping into magic hard now.
Oh yeah. Well, Doctor
because
Strange.
well, WandaVision goes right into Doctor Strange because I think Doctor Strange is going to be helping her to find her like children,
Oh yeah.
and then it's going to be like it's going to fall apart and there's going to be a villain, whatever, you know. But it's
Yeah.
the multiverse of madness, and it's Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch together.
That would be awesome.
So I'm excited about that. I know they've said that like he was supposed to show up at the end of WandaVision, but then they were like, we don't want like the white guy to come in and save the day.
Yeah.
So they got rid of that idea.
Yeah,
But
good.
the whole time I was like, where the fuck is Doctor Strange? There's like a magical event that is dangerous and hurting people on Earth. Why is he? Isn't that his job?
Yeah.
Isn't he the Watcher? Like he's the Sorcerer Supreme, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Maybe it's the chaos magic that she like shielded. I don't know because
Well, they
there's
said that Wanda's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme. They
Yeah.
said that in that movie
Well, it
or in
makes
that show.
sense.
And I like it though that it came from a character and not from like a book or something.
Yeah.
Well, it did come from a book, but it could be flawed. Maybe she's not. People like the people that got mad about that. Maybe she's not actually more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme. You don't know.
Yeah.
A person said it once. You know
Yeah.
that the Scarlet Witch could be. You don't. They could be wrong. That's what I like when things come from characters. It could be bullshit. They might just be wrong. You know, it's not set in stone.
yeah. There's no statistics.
No, it's magic. And the Sorcerer Supreme at the
Yeah, we don't have years.
when that book was written, who was the? We don't know who the Sorcerer Supreme even was.
Yeah.
It was probably before the Ancient One. You know,
Yeah.
so Doctor Strange could be more powerful than the older Sorcerer Supremes. He's supposed to be the most powerful sorcerer of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. We're like, let's talk about Green Lantern. Where are we now? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know they're all kind
But
of
it's hard
related.
to talk about Green Lantern in media because most of his media blows. You know?
Well, I mean,
like, he's awesome in Justice League, the cartoon.
Yeah.
But is he? You know, it's like we remember him as being awesome. Name one cool thing he ever does. He's like, here's my construct. And then the guy like punches it and it shatters. And he gets his ass kicked. There's Jon Stewart.
Uh-huh.
And he talk like this, you know. The name's Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But but you know what? There was a Green Lantern animated series.
Yeah. Which
like
one?
The 2010s. Green Lantern, the
okay.
animated series.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was made by Bruce Timm,
Yeah.
the patron saint of animated DC projects. The guy that made
If he's not part of an
Superman, the animated
series.
series, Justice League Unlimited, and most importantly, Batman, the animated series.
Yes.
Yes.
Classic. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And,
Without Bruce Timm, like honestly,
we wouldn't have anything DC really. We wouldn't have anything Marvel either, because they wanted. I mean, Marvel, the popularity it's seeing now, most people know these characters because of those old animated series like X-Men.
Yeah.
They were just trying to ape the success of Batman the animated series. So without Bruce Timm, we wouldn't have what we have now with comic book movies at all. I don't think. I think we eventually would. Someone else would have come along, but it would, it'd be different, but also it would have taken longer.
yeah, I don't want to live in that timeline.
No.
No way. Yeah, Bruce Timm, he's
Exactly. We have this comic book movie like utopia right now, and people say we live in the bad or wrong timeline. Do you know what? I'll deal with 4 years of Trump for where we are with the MCU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now we have forever to make fun of Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be showing up in comic book movies and everything else. They're going to have villains that are close to it. We already have in Wonder Woman, 1984. Like Maxwell Lord was basically 1980s Trump.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the end, kind of now, modern
that
Trump.
movie was.
I have things to say about Wonder Woman, but I thought it wasn't that bad.
Versus, right?
All right, bro.
Versus, bro.
God,
Versus.
see what I'm talking about? He wants to fight. Versus everything. Everything I say, he's like,
no. Hey, next episode we are having a versus battle. All right, I'm gonna make the bite for it, and then it's versus the whole show.
You son of a bitch.
All right. So on that note,
you know what? Yeah, that's true. On that note, next week I'm going to fight RJ. I'm going to fight him.
We're fine.
We're going to do some verses, and then I'm going to fight him.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Over whether or not Wonder Woman 1984 was bad or good or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if that old Iron Man cartoon was worth it.
It's NHL rules, all right?
Yeah. Or if Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. was any good. And then I'm going to fight him.
We gotta have like penalty boxes in here.
Yeah.
Like we'll just like wrestle and box each other until one of us falls, and then we got a podcast from the penalty.
He's talking about man muffs, and now he wants to wrestle me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything, but you also know what I'm saying. Anyway, we've been rambling for a while.
RJ does not want to fight. He only can't do Morgan Freeman right now.
RJ doesn't. I'll just to get you to fight me. I'll just do my Denzel. Like, huh? Huh? Nigga.
I'm gonna work on my my impersonations because it's embarrassing. All right. Well, this concludes the second episode of WTFisodes.
You know what? I have a question. Are we WTFisodes
Or what the episode?
or what the episodes?
We're both.
That's right. All right. I'm into it.
It's we're tomato. It doesn't matter.
Sweet.
The message is there.
Mm-hmm. The message. Yes.
Yes. All right. So on that note, we're going to end this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, we're on mostly every distribution site. So
that's right. All because of RJ's efforts, be honest.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm very appreciative.
Hopefully we'll be on Apple Podcasts soon, and you can listen to us there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.